How's it going, guys? Artomox here, and today I'm bringing you yet another video. Today we're not gonna be analyzing anything. We're just going to be talking about something that has been again on my mind, and it's going to be about putting in the hours. If you like this type of content, please leave a like and comment what you guys want me to play or talk about next. So let's get right into it. So I've been coaching for a bit. I've been, helping players. I've been doing all sorts of things in terms of league, obviously, aside from myself. And I've been learning a lot of Viego. And I've seen people who have been asking me, hey, how are you able to learn these champions so fast? How are you able to do all of these things? And something that people don't usually realize when they're doing things is that you have to put in the hours. Like, this is one of the biggest tips I can give people. People think that because they're reading guides, because they're seeing things, because they're doing things different from actually playing the game, they're actually going to be able to do something. No. The way that you actually learn the game is by putting in the hours. You have to play the game. One of the main things that I learned when I was learning the game, and it seems like you guys are going to be hearing that sentence a lot, learning the game, is that you have to play. It doesn't really matter if you know how to farm in your mind. It doesn't really matter if you know how to move around the map. But when you know these things, but then when you're playing and doing them, it's a completely different monster. You have to be able to do all of these things while you are playing. And the only way that you're going to be able to achieve this is by practicing while playing. Conscious practice. And this conscious practice has to be repetitive. You have to be able to play enough games. What is enough games? Well, maybe 4 or 5 games in a day. If you're actively just wanting to learn, guys, okay? You can play casually, you can just chill, but we're talking right now, if you want to really improve, you need to put in the hours. You have to play 4 or 5 games a day, and then if you don't have time for that, yeah, you're going to improve. I'm not going to say that you're not going to improve. You're going to improve slowly, 100%, but you're still regardless going to be improving. So if you want to improve fast, you have to play more, you have to do more, you have to read more. And then that reading, you have to use it while you're playing. And that's one of the biggest things here, because people would come to me like, hey, okay, I want some coaching with you. And it's like, okay, perfect, let's do it. We will talk about a lot of things. We will, point out a couple things. But then all of a sudden, they don't have time to play. Oh, but I have seen guides, I've read stuff on the internet, I've seen YouTube videos, I've seen guides, and I don't seem to be able to improve and nothing is working. Well, you have to put in the hours. You have to play the game actively. You have to do those things actively so that you are able to do that. But no, people don't want to play because it's uncomfortable. People tend to, oh, but my teammates, I don't want to play rank because they're gonna int. Then play normals. If you don't want to worry about your rank, play normals. People tend to satanize normals because, oh, people don't try hard. Oh, people don't do these things. No, at the end of the day, when you're playing, you need an environment to put all that practice in. You need an environment to be able to do all of that together. And once you're able to do that, once you feel ready to do it, then you can go ranks. Because at the end of the day, remember that ranks are for people to measure their skill. And if you want to measure your skill, you need to have a skill. If you don't have a skill, it's obvious that you're going to be on the lower ranks. But what is a skill? Well, you need to know how to farm. You need to know how to move. You need to know how to push a lead. You need to know your champion. And you have to combine all of this, because it's not just... This is one of the most fun things League have. League is not a linear game. You need to learn a lot of things in a good manner. You need to know how to rotate. You need to know how to farm. You need to know how not to waste time. You need to know all of the champions. You need to know your matchups. You need to know so many things in League in order for you to be able to play the game correctly. So if you want to learn all of this together, you need to play the game. You need to have a feel. You need to have a, when you click, when you move, when you fight, what to do. Get used to understanding Okay, what are you gonna do afterwards? Because people would just play. People would just play, and it's like, oh, but my teammates are inting, yada yada. No, it's not about that. Mentality, it's also something that you have to get used to. You have to get used to being uncomfortable losing, or being in a losing position, so that you can just go ahead and when you're losing, make a comeback, which is one of the main things people don't really understand, right? People think that, oh, I'm in a losing position, I just want to FF because we're not going to come back. No, that is not the right mindset. Yeah, you could say, okay, at the top ranks, you know, top 50 challenger, this could be true, because at the end of the day, these people know how to play so much that, oh, they're going to close out the game because, you know, it's the top of the game. But no, if you're playing gold, if you're playing silver, if you're playing iron, bro, these people don't know what they're doing. Or sometimes they know what they're doing, but they don't know how to execute it. So you can come back. Even if the game is 0-20, these people will focus on kills. These people won't take a tower for their life. So at the end of the day, you can make the comeback. But at the end of the day, you have to be in that position. You have to be used to being in that position where you put that mindset in to make a comeback. This is how you practice. This is how you play the game. And this is why it's so important to put in the hours. And I'm not even just gonna go limited at league. I'm gonna put it in like in the whole life itself. Like you need to be able, whatever that you're doing, you need to put in the hours. You wanna read a book, you need to put in the hours reading the book. You wanna learn another game, let's say Valorant. Well, you need to put in the hours. You need to put crosshair placement. You need to know recoil patterns. You need to know mechanics. You need to know how to peek. You need to know your champion. You need to know utility. Like, you need to know all of this. And all of this you're going to learn through playing, through doing. You want to be an engineer? Well, you need to know everything that an engineer does. And aside from that, you need to know how to do what the engineer does. What do you want to be? A structural engineer? Well, you need to know how to design a building. You need to know how to build it. You need to know all of these processes. And all of this process, you're going to learn them by doing them. Everything comes by hand. I don't know if people sometimes got mad when their mathematics instructor would be like, oh my God, we have to do 50 exercises in 3 days. It's like, yeah, you know, we hate it because we don't know the mindset of it. And sometimes we think, okay, but then this kind of mathematics is not going to work for me in the future, because what I'm gonna do is X or Y. But then if you're gonna work on that same field, and that is basic mathematics that you're going to be using on your everyday life, you have to do the 50 exercises on 3 days, because mathematics go in through your hand. So you have to be able to do those exercises. You have to put in the hours. If you are contracted by someone and you need to work, you need to like do certain X or Y type of work, and you have an X amount of time, you have to put in the hours so that you can complete it in that amount of time. People sometimes they're like, oh my God, I have a lot of time, you know, procrastination. I have a lot of time. And then all of a sudden they see like, oh my God, I'm not improving in my career. I'm not, you know, doing all of my things. My enterprise is not growing. It's like, no, you have to put in the hours. Some sacrifices have to be made in order for us to fulfill our wishes. Do you want to be a success? Well, you have to put in the hours. Do you want to learn how to play League? Well, you have to put in the hours. Do you want to play Valorant? You want to learn how to play Valorant? You want to learn anything? You want to have a YouTube channel? You have to put in the hours, guys. This is one of the biggest things that we have to be learning from now on. And I'm extrapolating it into more things, but don't get it away from the topic. Like, this is basically League. If you want to improve in League of Legends, you need to put the hours. You need to put the games in. People will be like, yeah, I played 5 games with what you told me and it's not working. And it's like, what do you mean you only played 5 games? It's not gonna work. You're gonna have all sorts of type of games. What if you got into one game where you were supposed to lose and you got destroyed, your whole team got destroyed, and you were like, yeah, this is not working. It's not about that. You have to understand which games are winnable and which games are losable. I'm not saying that you have to FF on losable games, but you have to understand that if you lose, you know, sometimes you're gonna lose. One of the biggest phrases and one of the most impactful phrases I've learned is that sometimes you can play perfectly and still lose. It's normal. It's part of life. And that is something that you have to understand how to do. Like, withstanding that mindset, it's what's actually going to help you improve. And again, you have to be able to do that. You have to be able to get that mindset in. You have to be able to believe that you can. And again, you know, which is kind of like I'm going through the mindset side too. We have to learn, right? Like how to be in a losable position and then be wanting to win it. Because this is one of the biggest things that this league game has right now, and this is what one of the main reasons why the community is so toxic. I think this is just entirely my opinion, guys, is the fact that people, they would start losing, the game would be like 0-3, or the top laner would just go and they would just start crying. They would just be like, okay, FF, I don't want to play this game anymore. You know, if they're not the main protagonist of the game, they just want to lose. And it's like, no, let's chill, let's try hard, let's work this out. Because you cannot, in life, when you have an issue, you cannot just go ahead and give up. That's not how it works. You need to be able to solve it. And then if you fail, try again. And then if you fail, try again. And then try again. The only time you won't be able to try again, well, that sounded cool. The only time you won't be able to try again, is when you decide not to try again. Because you can always try again. You can always do the thing. You always have energy to do it, because there's some people that would say, oh, you know, what if I don't have energy to play? You know, it's so mentally draining. Well, take a break and then do it again. Because you have a goal. You have a goal in your mind. You have to fulfill that goal. And if you want to fulfill that goal, you need to be resilient. You need to keep it going. You need to put in, wait, it's taking me 100 games, it's taking me 200 games. Well, do 100 more. 300 game, 100 more. 400 game, 100 more. We have to do more. We have to do better. That's how you're actively going to be improving in your games. That's how actively you're going to be able to put in the hours and do things. Don't bullshit yourself. Oh, I don't have time. Oh, I'm tired. Oh, you know, league is hard. Oh, it's taking so long. No. Don't bullshit yourself, guys. Make sure that if you want something, it is your top priority. Because this is why we bullshit ourselves sometimes. Oh, I want to go to the gym. Oh, I don't feel like going to the gym today. That's not your priority. If it was your priority, you would go. Because that's what you want. You have to realize, what do you want? Do you want to learn League? Do you want to, or do you just want to chill League? Because there's no way that you're going to be improving as fast as you want to improve. Hey, disclaimer, I'm talking about improving fast, okay? Because you can improve fast, but you need to put in the hours. So in order for you to improve fast in this game, you have to do it. No excuses. Just full on steam ahead. You're losing 5 lose streaks, 10 lose streaks, 100 games, 200 games, 300 games. Just keep going. Because you are going to make it. It's going to happen. Because that's what your actions are telling life. That's what your vibrations is telling life. Oh, I'm working really hard. I'm going to put 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 games. It doesn't really matter. Go, do it. Grind hard. Do it hard. You don't see improvement, then you're going to see them. Because at the end of the day, you know, the first 5 minutes will not be the same as the next 5 minutes and the next 5 minutes and the next 5 minutes. And eventually, you're going to hit it. You're going to make that breakthrough, and then it's just going to go up. Because that's exactly how the process of learning happens. And I'm talking through personal experience. Because that's how I learned League. Yeah, I watched a lot of guys. Yeah, I was frustrated. I believed in Elo Hell. I believed in all of that things. And all of those things. Oh, my teammates are ending. Oh, I'm uncomfortable. Oh, I don't want to win it. But at the end of the day, it's not about that, guys. You need to put in the hours. You need to get ready. You need to grind the game. Because right now, as I'm making this video, a lot of people are playing. And as you are not playing, a lot of people are playing more. So at the end of the day, how are you ever going to reach them? You have to put in the hours. So yeah, that was kind of a rant that I had in my head. Hopefully it serves the purpose of someone. I know it's all over the place. I know it's not scripted. I know that it sometimes could not be coherent. But that is exactly how I'm feeling right now. I didn't make a script. I didn't do anything. I just felt that I wanted to talk from my heart, basically. And hopefully you guys understand it. Hopefully it's not repetitive enough that you guys get bored. Right here, I wanted to show you one of the games which is one of the main things I'm doing. I'm learning Viego, and it's not being easy, but hey, you know, I'm putting in the hours, you know. And this game I was actually very happy about, because we were getting destroyed early, and then we were able to pull off the comeback. in a way that it was great, because they were invading me a lot. It was super uncomfortable. They were playing around me a lot. They wanted to kill me every single time. And it's like, you know, chill, guys. Let's just make it happen. And we made it happen. So I'm very glad that I won this game, and I definitely wanted to show. It's not the cleanest game. It's not the easiest game. Seaver helped a lot. But hey, we were able to pull it off. And I feel like it's fitting for this game. So yeah, that was the game, or that was the rant. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys want me to play or talk about next. And as always, stay healthy, drink lots of water, and have fun on the rift, guys. See you in the next video.